Well, good morning. What time is it? It is Saturday, May 25th, 2024. And it is a beautiful Saturday morning, I would say. The first morning of the 3 day Memorial Day weekend. And what better way to spend it than with you online doing a little programming? I literally just woke up like 15 minutes ago and I kind of just want to, I don't know, get my head together. In a lot of ways, programming kind of helps me relax. It kind of helps me center myself if that feels weird. Like if I go somewhere new, I travel a lot. If you look at my channel, you'll see I travel a lot. But if I go somewhere new and I don't have any of my amenities that I have at home, and perhaps the only amenity I have is a laptop, but if I can kind of just like program a little, like just kind of get on and just kind of start poking at code or something like that, that will actually help kind of like center me in the place that I'm at, and it actually helped me kind of relax and be able to like feel at home a little more. So yesterday when we left off, we were talking about unit tests. We had some unit tests that we were working on in for our game. We had talked about the region and we had talked about the comparison operator. Now, I am still curious as to why I need this, right? Like, remember when we decided that I needed this. I needed to put the parentheses around the test case in order to kind of be able to figure out what it was, like in order for it to compile correctly, honestly. And so I needed to figure that out. What's this over here? Something over here is telling me something's wrong. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Let's see. And it's actually not the mobile stream this time, believe it or not. So what is it? Okay, I think we got that figured out. All right, a little hiccup there, but that's all right. You know, life's full of hiccups. Anyway, now my computer. Okay, there we go. It was like my computer was frozen. So I want to figure out why this isn't working. Exactly what is it saying? Now this is this while trying to match the argument list. Blah blah blah. So I think the problem here, since I feel like I feel like this is a very basic. Oh, okay. Let's add the operator back. So it was a. I'm pretty sure I could do this from memory too. OStream and AI will probably fill in the gap. Nope. This, right? Constant region, and I don't like my space. I like my spaces there. I was actually looking at somebody's code the other day, and they had this. They had the and sign like in between, and I had to add like a parameter to the function. And I'm not going to be a dick and go and correct theirs to how I like it. And I'm also not going to be inconsistent and put the new parameter with the way that I want it. So I will tend to conform to the code around me within reason. And I figured that that was a reasonable time to actually conform to the code around me. There is something I'm going to have to do. Let me try this. No, maybe I'll just delete that. Okay, we'll try that. Anyway, let's see what we got here. All right, so what if I do this? For some, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of switch over to another computer, and I'm going to look at some samples where I know I've done this, and where I know it's done. But it's first of all, it's not on this computer, and second of all, it's nothing I would show on the stream. So let me go ahead and do that. Open up a VPN. Share screen. And then I think what I'm going to look for is just operator. I think I'm going to look for all of this right here. And then I know specifically that I'm going to be looking for it in test code, like in unit test code. So let's see. So here we go. What about this one? So this is in the anonymous namespace, which I thought, no, you know what? I think we only did the STD namespace and the global namespace. We never put it in an anonymous namespace. Okay. So maybe that was the problem. Let's see. It would be nice if that's all we needed. No, obviously that wasn't all we needed. I think the problem is my basic lack of understanding of how C++ works. See, so I would think that the continent, but maybe it only does that with pointers. I would think that the continent type, the continent is a region. It should print. No, I'm convinced that should work unless there is something very basic about C++'s functionality that I am confusing. Let me see. All right. Well, I guess one way to kind of prove this, what the problem isn't, is to kind of so we know these are continents and we know we have countries, right? So we could do this. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. See, I think since they're all regions, we don't need an operator for each one. Okay, so that wasn't it. Obviously, that wasn't it. Okay. I'm going to keep these here just in case. I want to be explicit about the types. Because when I figure the problem out, then I'm going to try my theory. I don't want to create another problem. But, okay, let me look at the sample code. Let me look at some more sample code I have over here. What do we have here? No. There's a const ref, and this is all being passed by const ref. Yes, yes. It's being passed to OStream, 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 original O, original O. Okay. Okay. Let's actually read the error. This is another thing that I have a bad habit of doing. I don't read the errors as explicitly as I should. Static assert failed. Type has no implemented output operator, or streaming operator, really. So let's look and see. Okay, is this where it's trying to find all the... Okay, so C reference. When compiling, manage C reference. Let's do this. Let's bring... I want to see if AI can help with this. Just kind of make it a little more readable, because sometimes C++ errors are very unreadable. And one like open source project I started a long time ago, and I kind of like abandoned it, was a project that just kind of formatted these terribly formatted compiler errors in a more readable way. Format this compiler error in a more readable way. Okay. Oh. Okay, it didn't. Okay. Format this compiler error in a more readable way. What happened? Is the message too long or something? Okay. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Format this error in a more readable way. Okay, look, it's getting cut off. Let's see what happens if I... And I don't see it. I'm glad to help break the line. It didn't even... It's not processing it. Upload image. I don't know why it's not processing it. And for some reason, when I'm using a proxy for some reason, I can't use ChatGPT, which I can't use ChatGPT nor, oh wait, I might be able to use Copilot. So I actually have a I actually have a subscription to Copilot and to ChatGPT. I pay for both of them. But ChatGPT does, whenever I use a proxy, this is what I get with ChatGPT. It just constantly, like Cloudflare just constantly wants to verify I'm a human. And Copilot kind of does the same thing. Oh, okay. Okay. But maybe Copilot works. Format this compilation error in a more readable way. Okay. Oh, shit. I didn't include it. Continue. Okay, so obviously, okay, verify I'm human. Okay. That worked. That's good. What about, oh, my stars and garters. I've literally been trying this for like a long time. Let me sign in over here. Whoops. Okay, maybe ChatGPT is not going to work. Let's try Copilot. Copilot, Gemini, I find is kind of the worst. I think I'm not a big fan of Gemini. Oh, Captain Fandom Nerd says good morning. Captain Fandom Nerd, good morning, sir. Hope you are doing well. Go bother Joe. See why he's not here. Let me see. What is my password on ChatGPT? Oh, I see what the problem is. I didn't put in my correct email. Okay, I think that did it. Okay. I like Copilot. I will say I do like Copilot. So when I'm programming and AI is like doing all that autocomplete for me, that is Copilot. But I have found, I think the best one is ChatGPT. So format this compilation error in a more readable way. Okay, and then we come out here, we do this, and let's see what it tells me. Here's the formatted compilation error in a better readable way. Okay, the error. Okay, it starts here, and then, I mean, I don't know that this is actually any more helpful. I'm just going to kind of stick with my original plan and just put it into Visual Studio Code with Word Wrap turned on. And maybe I don't even want Word Wrap turned on, honestly. So initializing, so what, okay, so the issue, we're going to get to the bottom of this issue. That is the only thing we accomplished on this morning's stream. We're going to get to the bottom of this issue. Initializing from const t to null pointer. Wait. With a continent. So it's trying to print the continent object. C reference function template. Type has to implement operator to be printable. It has. Message. C reference template instantiation, blah, 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 being compiled. And this is a const ref to the type, I guess? I don't know. Being compiled, C reference, message. Compiling. While compiling class template member function, blah, 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 with right-hand side continent, in continent, see the first, so here's right-hand side was equal to continent, and T was equal to continent. Okay, what's the big deal? None of this is helpful. Left-hand expression, previous right-hand side, continent. Okay, so it's definitely trying to print the continent, but it's telling me that there's no way to print it. Binary. No operator found which takes a right-hand operator const T, or there is no acceptable conversion, where T is a continent. Now, am I missing something like super obvious? Do I have to pass by value? No, that couldn't be it. No, because the samples I'm looking at on the forbidden screen, they're const ref. Let me look. Let me look some more samples. Const ref. So definitely const ref should not be an issue. And this is that operator to print these. What else does the error say? Let's go back. And then we get here, initializing cannot convert. Trying to keep Captain Fandom Nerd's screen on top over on my over on the forbidden screen, just in case he talks, or just in case Joe shows up. I wish Joe would show up. I'm gonna load up Discord and ping him, see if he's around. I think tonight I might stream again. I think I might do drunk chess. I know I've been talking about getting drunk for like 3 days. I think tonight is the night I'm going to play some drunk chess. So Captain Fandom Nerd, I hope you're around, but later on, maybe around 7 o'clock. But I think this is it. I think tonight is the night that I'm playing some drunk chess. On now. Okay, I'm letting Joe know that I'm on the stream now. Okay. Okay, let's get back to this. Initializing cannot convert. So I'm kind of... So here it's trying all kinds of implicit conversions of continent to like a char 32, to a char 16, to a wchar. So it sees that it doesn't have an operator. So since it doesn't have an operator, it's trying implicit conversions to different types. So I'm not sure. The code seems like it should work to me. Let me verify that these are all in the... Okay. These other samples I'm looking at, they are in fact in the STD namespace. And that's what I originally said last night. Like, these have to be in the STD namespace. Like, why aren't they? Let me see. That worked. That worked. That worked. Didn't I try that? Wasn't that one of the first things I tried? Okay, so we have continent, we have country. I want to try this with region. And I want to get rid of this one. Let's see if this works. Because country should be able to be converted to a region. It worked. I swear this was one of the first things I tried last night, wasn't it? I think the first thing I tried last night was putting this in the STD namespace and then having the print operator from there. I'm tempted to go back and look at last night's stream just to see what I did wrong. Bird of Prey comes in and says Kopla. Bird has finally decided to join. Bird, hey, Joe, I'm going to be getting drunk tonight and playing chess, so I'll be back on later tonight. I hope you're around for that. Because I'm going to need your help with the chess moves, because you're not a dumb guy. You can play chess. I mean, you know the rules. So it would be cool to have some help of somebody that knows the rules. Okay, so this works. And like I said last night, I'm kind of surprised. I kind of feel like I kind of want to just put an operator in the header file themselves, right? So because having a way to print a region would be a good thing to have. Just it would be a good thing to have for logging, for example. Excuse me. So if you had a stream operator for logging, I think that would be a good thing to have. I'm going to put it here, since we know it needs to be in the namespace operator. We know it needs to be in the STD namespace. So I'm going to put a space here, and then we'll do that, and then we will live with the indentation. Actually, I kind of don't hate it. And so, whoa, 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 calm down, jeez Louise. This means I need to define it in the namespace, in the std namespace. So let's go over here and just do one after the fact, namespace std. And then AI should probably know what I want. No, it doesn't know what I want? Okay. And then this should work. If I take it and then I remove it from here, right? I'm taking it out of here. All I've done is move the operator. This should work. Going to be in and out. Sis and nephew are here. Oh, okay. Well, I know. I remember like when whenever I would join Joe's chat room on his channel, and he would always say, my good friend Addie, my good friend Addie donated $5, or my good friend Addie said, he would always refer to me as my good friend Addie, or my close friend Addie. But lately, the last few times, it's just been Addie. That's all it's been. It's just been Addie. Last few times he's referred to me on his stream, just simply Addie. So it is pretty clear that I have been demoted, and it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, let's see. Put that up there. I've only known the guy for like 14 years, so it really has been 14 years, because we met. Joe and I started talking in 2010, and I know it was 2010 because I know that I know what job. I was unemployed when I met him, but I was only unemployed for a few months before I started the job that I'm actually still at. And I know that was 2010. It was like summer 2010. Man, so that was an interesting time in life, because I had my girlfriend at the time living in my house. It was my house. I had bought the house. So I had my girlfriend at the time, and then I had my good friend James living with me. So they were both giving me money to live there. And I was getting unemployment, and I had a little bit of savings. And it was like a 6 to 10 month period. And this was all after cancer. This was like after my major surgery, so I was recovering. So, after cancer, I had lost my job during cancer. And then, but then I was like, well, I just had this major surgery. I'm not going to get a job right now. But it was okay, because like I was getting money from these two people living with me. I was getting unemployment, and I had a little bit of savings. Now, I wasn't taking trips to Africa or flying to Bolivia on a moment's notice like I do nowadays, but my bills were paid. I had Diet Mountain Dew. I had food. It was not a bad time. And I remember I would stay up. My girlfriend at the time, she complained because I would stay up until 4:30 in the morning programming, and because I liked it, but then I would not get out of bed until 12. And she's like, this has to stop, because I feel like I never see you, and I don't like it. And I think she thought I was never going to get a job. And I kind of was like, I kind of don't want to. But then, you start to feel like a bum. You start to feel like, there was a loss of sense of independence, because I was now relying on the income of these other two people to have ends meet, which, is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, well, I would like to, if they up and left tomorrow, I would like them to be able to, I would like to be able to support myself, essentially, and that would not have been an option. Okay, so we have made some more headway. Let's, wait a minute. Isn't there a way, if I define how a region gets converted to JSON, isn't there a way to use that JSON conversion as the output operator? I mean, I know that I can simply do this. Wait. Where are my data files? I'm going to clean up some UI, because I'm not working in any of these files right now. We'll keep region database open. We'll actually go ahead. We'll pin this one too. No, we're not going to pin print helper. We're going to pin this. I'm going to move that. There we go. And then I think all the others we can close, at least for now. All right. So what I was saying is who's it's, what's it. I should be able. Okay, so this is from JSON, um, and then I should be able to define a toJSON function, which should also be a friend. So we can do this. No, I want. Okay, let me see. I'm going to define a toJSON function for Neil Lohman library. Let's see if it comes up. Okay, that looks right to me. That looks correct. And then what I want to do is that's just declaring it. Actually, I actually want to define it. I don't need the friend. Okay, and I think that's fair. So I'm going to load up another project over on the forbidden screen, but this other project is not forbidden. I just want to load it up before I show it on the main screen. So let's do this. And this is a project that actually Joe will be familiar with somewhat. Okay. All right, so this is the Tommy Tucson video game, which actually was a great project. And for a little while, and actually maybe even still, I would have considered this probably one of my more sophisticated and professionally implemented open source projects. Just because of, like, it was using C++20 at the time I wrote it. It was using, I mean, it had all kinds of little neat gadgets. Like it has an entire Lua subsystem in it that lets you put plugins and write stories for it. But I used Neil Lohman JSON quite a lot in this. And what I wanted to look up was, first of all, I want to change the color. Surprise me with a random color. No, I don't want green. Now, I am red colorblind, so I want to pick something that stands out. Am I just doing... Okay, that's another green. What about... I can see blues pretty well. Can we get a blue? Peacock. How do I change the favorite color? Okay, Azure blue. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. So this is the Tommy Tucson game officially has the color of blue. Okay. So what was I doing? I wanted to look up toJSON. Why didn't that work? toJSON. No results found. Did I... Surely it's found somewhere. Okay. Okay. I mean, maybe that's fair. Maybe that's fair. Maybe I'm only... Which is true. I'm only loading data in this game. I'm not really saving data. I think I'd started around that, but you can see I'm using from JSON quite a bit. But maybe it's fair that I'm not using toJSON. But I have another trick up my sleeve. I have yet another project where I am pretty sure I am using toJSON. This one, I want another color, though. Surprise me with a random color. No, that's just like an ugly muted. Peacock. Change to a favorite color. Something different. That's not really different. Yellow. Why don't we go with yellow? What about Mandarin blue? That looks the same as Azure blue. Maybe a little lighter. Node green, React blue, something different. Svelte orange. We'll go with yellow. Okay. I like to have the projects different colors because then that is an immediate, like, signal to the brain that, like, oh, you're looking at something different here. Now here, I am pretty sure I am using toJSON because I have to serialize objects. A lot of the objects are serialized. The serialization is done back and forth between JSON. So here you go. And I'm not sure why I had to come here to look at this. The AI converted it. I mean, did the function for me. So what exactly was I? Oh, I know what it was. I needed to look up the usage. So if I have blockchain, how can I print it easily through a JSON object? Is basically what I'm after, right? Because I have to serialize it at some point. There's so many projects that I would love to work on, and I just don't have the time. Like, this is a project that I thought was a really cool project for a long time. This was my implementation of a cryptocurrency. And it had some problems because I was doing it as a fun project. It was the first time I'd ever done a cryptocurrency. And I got as far as, like, it has wallets, it has transactions. The transactions are buggy. And that's what I kind of stopped because I realized, well, the way that I did transactions, I'd actually have to kind of refactor some of the code. But I like this variable name, difficulty, which is, that stands for cumulative difficulty. Okay, let's just calm down. That is cumulative difficulty, whereas cumulative difference is what this stands for. Okay, I think what I'm looking for here, let's just keep looking. I'll know it when I see it. It's the kind of thing. Oh, I guess I can just try it. It's been a while since I've used. It's been a while since I've used Neil Lohman's library. So what I am thinking of, where did my opera? Oh, it's at the top, isn't it? Yeah, it's up here. Okay, so because what I was thinking shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I was thinking of if I do. Can I do this? Will that work? Let's see if this works. So what this will do is it will take the JSON. So I have provided a function down here that takes the region information and it converts it to a JSON object. And now I'm using the output. Now I'm using that in the output operator so that when you want to print a region, it will just print the JSON representation of it, which I think is perfectly reasonable. And it seems to work. So one way we could actually look at what it's going to look like is maybe we write ourselves a bad test, a test we know is going to fail. For example, we know that continent, we know it's not equal to this, which is its country, right? Like a continent can't be equal to a region it contains. So we should. I pushed F5. That was just muscle memory. Let's see what happens. But that unit test should fail, and then when it fails, it should print out like this is not equal to this. Maybe to print it out over here. Okay. Yes, this is what I want. Yeah, and you can see here that this is the JSON representation, right here. And this is what, okay, check content. And this is why you need to have an output operator in your unit test, because when they fail, it can say, it prints out the code that it checked, but then it also prints out the values. Name North America not equal to name USA. Perfect. So what do we need to do now? I think one of the first things we need to do is it's kind of bugging me, and I think it's something we should look at. I think okay, first of all, is there a way I could ungroup similar tasks? I know that's a setting. I'm going to do it over here. Taskbar settings, because I want all the different Visual Studio codes to show up on the command line here. Always hide labels. There's something like, group similar tasks or always group similar tasks. Lock taskbar. Automatically hide taskbar in desktop mode. No, automatically. Use small task buttons. That's on. Okay, I like that. Okay, I like that. Use peek to preview. Replace. Always hide labels. What if I say never? What does that do? Nothing? Okay. There's some setting in Windows that is like that, because these are all grouped together, right? Actually, I want the big taskbar. I want the big ones. Automatically hide the taskbar. Lock the taskbar. Here's the settings I'm looking at right here. Select which icons appear on the taskbar. Always show all icons in notification area. There's nothing there that says like group everything together. Does anybody know how to do this? Does anybody know what I want? No, I definitely don't want it. Pin an app. Check your taskbar settings. Let's ask AI. How can I get the Windows taskbar to show all icons for all apps, even if different instances of the same app are open? I think that's a good way to put it. Right-click taskbar, select taskbar settings, combine taskbar buttons. That's what I was looking for. Taskbar settings. I didn't see anything that's like combine taskbar. Let's see. Okay. In the context menu that appears, select taskbar settings. That's what I did. In the taskbar settings window, look for the section labeled combine taskbar button. You will have three options. Combine taskbar buttons. Oh, that was right in front of me. And I think I want to say never, right? This option will never combine taskbar buttons, will always show individual icons, even if the different instances are the same app. That's what I want. So let's go never. Okay. So how do I save it? Oh, but you know what? Oh. It's doing it on the it's showing all of the buttons on the forbidden screen, not on the screen I want. So maybe let's see. Show taskbar buttons. Main taskbar and taskbar where window is open. Okay, wait. Show taskbar buttons on taskbar where window is open. I like that. Okay, so that combine. Okay, never. That's what I want. Okay, that's even perfect because now it's not combining anything on the window that you guys see, but on the forbidden window, it actually it's not combined, and I think that's perfect. Okay, the distraction is over. You see how easily I'm like so ADHD. I don't remember what we were doing now. What were we doing? We were doing something with this, and then I literally don't remember what we wanted to do. Because we tested that we're printing out bad code. This isn't what I wanted. This is something else. Literally, what did I want to do? I don't remember what I wanted to do. I feel like I wanted to do something in... Okay, let's check our code. Let's just check the code. Oh, I remember what I wanted to do now. So the region classes and all of that, I wanted to get them out of this region database. I want to put them into their own class or into their own files. So here we have GeoSketch open, and I like to do this kind of thing. I like to do it in Visual Studio Code for reasons. Okay, I don't want open editors. I want this, and then I want that to be on top, actually. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to close everything to start with. Excuse me. Region database here is right now everything. I just kind of put everything in region database because it was just like I needed a place to put stuff. But now it's time to be a little more proper. So we'll start with the We'll start with the header file, namespace. As some people still like, so the pragma once, in case, and I like explaining things. Should it be region or regions? Yeah, regions. This pragma once, what this does is it, because multiple files might be including this regions file, right? And what this does essentially is what it says, well, even if file A and file B are including regions, you only need to include it once. You don't need to load it up, parse it, compile it, and do all of that multiple times, because you just need to do it once. And now you think of it as like, now over here you have the compiled version in memory. I mean, however you want to think about it. This is how I think about it. It's like, oh, okay, well, you have the compiled version of the header over here in memory. And I know this is not exactly it. I know a lot of programmers are very pedantic. And they're, well, it's actually because it's been compiled, and it's actually not the... This is how I like to think of it, okay? So you have the compiled header over in memory, and then file A says, oh, include this file. So now the compiler can just say, okay, I have that over here. Compile, and, file B wants to do it. Okay, so multiple files can use this, so there's no sense. And I know there are subtleties and differences. Some programmers are absolutely horrid to work with, because you say something like how you just think of it, but then it's like, well, exactly. Well, actually, and anytime when you start with actually, it's just pedantic reasoning, and it's like, if you're teaching a university class, yes, but if you're explaining something to a sales guy, then no. Like, just pick your battles. Anyway. Okay, so this is regions. This is the CPP file. And this will be regions.cpp. Programmers can be difficult because most of them are really intelligent people. And like, I've never worked with like a dumb person, like as a programmer. I never have. Like, I've always worked with really smart people, because programmers typically tend to be really smart. And that's true even to today. I work with really smart people, and it's good. But sometimes, because programmers, and myself included, programmers do not have the best interpersonal skills. So, okay. All right, I better stop before I get myself in trouble. All right, let's go over here. Come over here. That's looking good. I don't know why we got all these squiggly lines. I don't know what happened. I think what we can do is get rid of this. We can put that up here. That's looking good. We need memory too. Oh, and then this is going to complain. So region database, yes, the regions should not need to include the region database, but it does make sense that the region database would include the regions, because it is a database of regions. Regions, not region, regions. Am I going to regret calling it regions? I swear, naming in programming is really one of the hardest things to do. Okay, this, I feel like those should come from memory. Isn't shared? Yes, okay. The squiggly went away. I don't know that we need Neil Lohman in here, so I'm going to put Neil. I do know we need Neil Lohman in here, along with the namespace. Niels Lohman. It's Niels Lohman. Yug Doc says, on the dark mode. No, I'm not a dark mode guy. I never have been, and I work with a lot of people, and have worked with a lot of people over the years that like, they live and die by dark mode. I've never been a dark mode guy. I'm just not. I'm not. Maybe I'm not emo enough. I don't know. Okay, it looks like this. How do I want this? No, like this, like this. Do I want it formatted out? Yeah, I do. That's fine. Okay, just. And then now we need to bring the C implementation over to the new C++ file, to the new CPP file we created. So let's go ahead and do that. We got a lot of, basically almost everything in here, right? Because we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot in the region database class itself. So we can put this here. And then I need to make sure that we included... Yes, we need to put this in our new file as well. I'm going to put it at the bottom. I think I have an extra. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So who knows what I've broken? Like, we'll figure out the compiler errors in a minute. There's probably nothing really serious. I just want to do the editing here. Let's see. Edit source CMake. Where's my CMake file? CMake source. And then over here, I really feel like this should be a static library. The whole data element should maybe be a static library. We'll save that battle for another day. That's what we're going to do. We're going to save that for another day. Okay, now we should be able to do the 0 check, and then we should be able to... And then this should tell me to reload the project. Reload. And Yugdek says, my VS Code is not running code in terminal. Easy code like printing hello is not working. Can you tell me the solution? Yes, I can. Trick says, hi. Thank you. And Yugdek, it's been 2 hours. I'm finding a solution. Good. Good. I hope you find your solution. All right. Okay. Did we compile? Or did we just generate it? Let's compile. All right, and as expected, there's a bunch of compiler errors because we were moving things around. This is regions. I need to probably end the region here. Thank you, AI, for telling me. AI is letting me know. I'm just looking for red squigglies right now. Do we see any red squigglies? I don't see any. All right, let's... It's been 2 hours. I am finding a solution. Good. I'm glad you're finding a solution. Good. I'm happy. And then Trick says you are doing DSA. I'm not sure what you mean by DSA. DSA. Distribute software. And what does... Let's see. In an IT context, what does DSA stand for? DSA? Digital something something? Directory system agent? No. Digital signature algorithm? No. Data structures and algorithms? I mean, I'm writing a game is what I'm doing. You can go look at some of the older videos. I am writing a game, but right now I'm just writing unit tests. I'm trying to get some unit tests for the game. I don't even know if the game is in a compilable state, else I would show you. I'm getting linker errors. I think the linker error is just because I need to link. Where is... I need the CMake file. I need the CMake file for my tests. And yeah, I just need to add this. I need the regions file. So I'm writing a game. This is a game that will ask you to draw maps of different countries. And then you will be measured on how well you do that, essentially. All right, let's see. We go over here. Just, can you tell me the solution in the end? Yeah, I probably could. Aryan Sharma. Hi. Hello, Aryan Sharma. And Trick says, yes, data structures and algorithms. I'm not doing like a class on data structures and algorithms. I'm just programming a game. That's it. Yugdek, I would be more inclined to help you if you give me a super chat. Super chats, you never know. What is going on? It was not compiled. Edit and continue. Okay, what is... I'm getting linker errors. What did I fail to link? No! Go back. Oh, God. I did not want to undock you. And I didn't want to dock you I wanted to dock you here, I guess. Okay, what is this? This is linker error, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's not finding the output stream. Okay, did I not move that over? So there's this. I got to open up streams. Well, the reason it's right there. Which is best web develop? Or which is best, web development or Android? That's like asking what's best, steak or cloudy days. Like I don't get it. I don't get the question. How old are you? I am. How old do you think I am? Let's start there. How old do you think I am? And then I will tell you, lower or higher. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Oh, is Neil Lohman not being included in this? I think that might be it. I'm not sure. Let me look at the CMake file. CMake file. I'm looking at the wrong CMake file. Do I have to explicitly... at any point did I explicitly include Neil Lohman? Or was Neil Lohman just kind of included? Like, I think... JSON. All right, now I'm a little confused. I'm a little distracted by the chat too. 26. Well, I thank you for the flattery. I think you're probably 40. Yug, you are more. You're in the area. You're in the area. We'll say that. You're in the area. I am so distracted by the chat room right now. You have no idea like how easily it's so easy to get distracted in general, but now I'm just completely distracted by the chat room. And I want to know why... Oh, I think I see the problem. Maybe I just need to do Conan libs. Here. And not necessarily just the boost libraries. I'm going to take this to the command line. I'm not a big fan of using PowerShell. I'm not a big fan of using Windows. But I think it's just going to be the easiest. But what do I want to... What is this called? Is this test regions? Parallel 8. Okay, it knew the target. Let's see if this compiles. Test regions. Am I going to get a linker error? Of course, you got to wait till the very end. This computer is so slow. Okay, we're still getting the linker errors. Oh, okay. Now, okay. This is a different error. Okay. Well, whoa. We can fix that error, right? We just didn't specify a config. That's rel with deb info, and so that should get rid of these mismatch detected errors. But what is the linker error still? Error blah 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 from JSON. Oh, it's already defined. Already defined. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. To JSON error link. Maybe I know what the problem is. Let's. Okay, so I think. No. Where did I define to JSON? To JSON is defined. Didn't I define to JSON? Okay, I got to find the to JSON. Did I get rid of it? What happened to it? Regions data. Okay. Oh. I don't think I ever defined it in the header. Or is it still defined over here? Oh, wait a minute. No. That would show me there. Regions. I don't think I defined it in the header, which is an easy fix. I just can put it right here. Okay. I need a semicolon. And I think that will do it. We'll see. Message retracted. Oh, what were you saying, Trick? Did you say something that now you're ashamed of? And you want to take it back? I'm on to you. 36 probably. I will take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. No, I am old. I am old. I will just say that I am less than 55, but I am more than 45. I'll say that. What am I not linking? What am I forgetting? Already, it's already defined. Do I? What is already defined? Error link. Okay, now it's telling me the stream operator is already defined. Regions here, regions here. I'm about to do something that I don't think is going to fix it. I don't think it's going to fix it. I don't think it's going to fix it. I don't think that's going to fix it. Is that going to fix it? Oh, but it's still... Oh, wait a minute. I just said, I am older than 45, but I am less than 55. We'll put it there. Leave it at that. Why are you obsessed with how old I am? Oy. Let's see. Error, blah, blah. Oh, my... These errors are just impossible to read. Error, blah, 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 blah. Already defined. So it's telling me that the... What is already defined exactly? Void JSON. Okay, let's just copy. You know what? Let's compile it through. Let's compile it through Visual Studio Code, and then at least we can get a better error. Let's see. It's going to be the same error. This is just something very basic. I'm just not. It's something that's just like going to jump right out at me, and then as soon as I find it, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, well that makes sense. I have my pragma once, so nothing's getting included more than this. From JSON to JSON. From JSON. I need to make sure I removed everything from region database correctly. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. I think this stuff here needs to be pulled out into the CPP file. Yeah. That's what we want. Region database, so I need region CPP. Oh, was it already in there? Let me see. Oh, I just never deleted it. Okay, so I should have listened to the compiler. It was literally telling me, and I want to get rid of that inline I added. That was just kind of like, I wonder if this is going to work. And then obviously it didn't work because that was not part of the problem. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's see if this works. Finger crossed. Finger crossed. I accidentally opened this live, and now I started liking your personality. You know what? You know what, Yug? I'm starting to like you too. Thanks, man. I made a new friend. And Trick is saying, yeah, I am awesome. You know what, Trig and Yug, do you two know each other? Are you like some type of, like, I don't want to call you trolls because you seem nice, but are you some type of, like, trolls going from stream to stream? I'm just wondering. It's a fair question. Okay, so now it's giving me a problem with the already defined, with the, so wait, did I not read, let me check what I have here. Let me check this. Region database, nothing's defined, that's good. Okay, okay. Now this should work. LDG Free the Net. Good morning. Good morning, LDG Free the Net. How are you? Hope you're doing well. You know, LDG, Joe told me a while back that I should talk to you because a project that I want to work on, and I've often thought it should be a good project to like stream, but I've been doing this game, and actually the new guys, I'll see if I can compile the game and I can show them the game, but I thought that a good project, what I want to do is I basically want to have... Why did that compile so quickly? I'm skeptical, but I'm going to try running it. Basically, what I want to do is think Discord, but I want a decentralized Discord. So I like to use my message board and Joe's message boards as examples. So I could take... I download some package that's integrated with my message board. It doesn't have to be integrated with my message board, but that's an easy example to use because my message board and Joe's message board, they have users, they have an authentication system. So you could kind of piggyback off of that user base, the authentication system. But by some way, so Joe and I could link our boards together, which I did this a while ago. I wrote an extension a long time ago that allowed you to link certain forms of the board together. But what I'm talking about is we add this chat support. So forget about the other boards. Joe uploads this chat extension to his board, and then he downloads a client. Now, I'll get to the client in a minute, but he downloads like a client and think like a Discord client, and then now users can connect to Joe's message board through this client, and they can talk to other users on Joe's message board. Easy enough. Now, what you can do, I have a message board as well, so maybe I upload the same thing, and then users download a client, and now they can talk to message boards. They can talk to users on my message board, and then at some point, Joe and I can link our message boards together so that users on my message board can talk to users on his. And I said this would be a client. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be a download installable client. It could be like Discord, where you can use Discord through a web browser, or you can use Discord as a downloadable client. I mean, that's one of the advantages of having a what was the framework called? Not Slack. What is I am losing my mind. Electron. Having an Electron app is you can kind of easily just do a desktop app, or you can do a web app. Anyway, so I was thinking, I've been toying with the idea of that now you have this networked chat app essentially, but it's still kind of centralized. It's centralized for each node, which I think is fine, but there's other problems with that because how would you stop, okay, first of all, is it open or is it an authenticated network, right? Like maybe only certain message boards can join the network, in which case you kind of run into the same problem as Discord, because maybe Joe and I we add Mike, or maybe we add Trick to the network, and then we decide we don't like Trick, so we kick him off. So it kind of defeats. So it is still kind of centralized. There's ways you could do it with kind of consensus authentication, or consent, some type of consensus joining, or I don't know, moderation. But that's an idea I've been toying with a lot. And every time I use Discord, every time I load Discord up, I think to myself, I could do this. And I think to myself, I don't like that Discord is this centralized authority that can just boot you. Right? I don't like that. Anyway, and I was thinking also, how could a chat app maybe piggyback off of something like the Blue Sky network or off of Mastodon, if it could piggyback off of some other type of open source distributed network. Decentralized network. Okay, guys. Trick and Yug. I'm going to try loading the game. I haven't run the game in a couple of days, so I want to see. I'm curious myself to see if it's going to work. Okay, so here we go. So again, as I mentioned, Trig and Yug. It's just a map building game. So a lot of this is still under development. A lot of it still doesn't work. But we have new game, and then. And I am not a UI person, so there's UI work to be done. You can barely see easy, medium, hard. But we'll go to time mode. Now, the game does not function. I mean, the game functions, but it doesn't actually. It's not playable. That's a better way of putting it. So you click games, click start game, and then go. And this is where it crashed. That's where I thought it would crash, because I was messing with the data, and I know exactly why. Because it's getting a name, and it's getting a name from a probably null object. Is region null? I bet region is null. Locals. Yeah. Variable. Anyway. If it had worked, oh, wait. There might be a way I can kind of get it to work without that screen. The reason it crashed is because I had to mock a database in order for the game to tell, because the game it'll tell you draw a map of Bolivia, and then you got to draw a map of Bolivia. I think I can do it in free mode. Yeah. So over here on the left-hand side, it'll say Bolivia, and then there'll be a timer that's counting down or counting up. And then you got to draw, like, let's say, you can draw, like, the map of Bolivia looks something like this, I guess. Yeah, something like that. And then you hit enter, and then you hit space, and then it'll say, okay, draw a map of the United States. And then, you draw your map of the United States, and that's going to be something like this. There you go. And so, anyway, that's the game. And then it's going to measure how accurately you draw the maps and how quickly it takes you to draw them, such and such and such. But right now I've kind of moved away from the game mechanics, and I'm working on the underlying database. And of course, when you start changing things in one area and you don't change them in another area, well, that other area is probably going to break. Trick said to get a one-side role in Google, what I have to do. I don't know. I don't understand that question. And Yug says, I am not a troll. I just like you. Well, you know what, Yug? I like you too. Where are you at, Yug? That name Yug, for some reason, it makes me think you are in some hot country. Like, I'm thinking like Saudi Arabia or Lebanon or something like that. Like some dry, hot country. Anyway, okay, so we got things moved to region. We let's go ahead and commit our changes. We have a lot more changes to do. We'll add these. We're just going to do bulk. Normally, I like to look at them, but right now, I think we're just going to moving regions code to separate files. I always forget how to spell separate. I always want to say separate. Separate. SDEO, SDE, software development engineering role. How to get software development one role in Google, what I have to do. Well, if you want to become, I got a story about applying for Google. So back in, I'm old. Remember, I told you I'm old. So back in the early 2000s. Now, some of you are probably too young to even remember what Google was like then. I don't know. Some of you might not even been born. But back in the early 2000s, Google, they were just a search engine, right? Like, I don't think Gmail came out until like 2007. But they were just a search engine. That's it. And so the question is like, well, so they call me. And they're like, hi, we noticed your resume on, I think, Monster. Everybody was using Monster at the time for, like, job searches. We noticed your resume on Monster, and we're really interested in talking to you about a role here at Google. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I've been using Google search engine. I'm like, all right, sure. I don't even think Google was public at this time. What year did Google go public? They might have been public. I'm not 100% sure. What year did Google's stock go public? 2004. So this was probably before they went public. And so they're like, yeah, we're interested in, maybe talking to you about a software engineering role here at Google. And I'm like, sure, okay, let's do it. So I send them an updated resume. I go through like a series of like 3 or 4 interviews. They really like me. The hiring manager likes me. It was for their back end. I don't even remember what they called it, but I kind of get the impression that like they had a lot of plans for like Gmail and for the search engine and for maps and other things like that, and they needed basically infrastructure. These were all kind of siloed projects, and they needed infrastructure to kind of connect them together in ways. And it's because it was called like the back-end integration team or something like that. So anyway, so I went through like a series of interviews with them, and I ended up I remember talking to my girlfriend at the time, and my literal concern was, and this is so stupid, but I was like, it's Google. They're just a search engine. How are they ever going to make any money? And so I declined. They never made me an offer, but before it got to the point of getting an offer, I told them, like, after considering this a little bit more, I'm not interested. And my reasoning in my head was, Well, they're going to go broke. I'd have a bigger house. I'd have a newer car, a younger wife, and everything if I'd done that. My life would be completely different. But here we are. Okay. Hi, Addie. I have doubts DSA. Okay, I do too. And Ricardo Ferrerino. And Yogdake. I am from India. It's so hot here nowadays, but the point is that how you know that by only my name. I just took a guess. I was in India. I was in India back in January. I was in Bangalore, in Karnataka, the state of Karnataka. And it was actually so India, at least where I was in India, was a mixed blessing, right? Because it wasn't too hot because I was there in January, so I kind of avoided the hot season. Let's see what the temperature is now in Bangalore. This is how my day goes. This is why, like, sometimes I don't get anything done because I'm so distracted. Bangalore weather. Okay, it's not that bad. 81 degrees. Oh wow, yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's going to be hot, but it's not terribly hot. At least not in Bangalore. But Bangalore, the city, is so dirty, and the smells of the city are so bad. Except sometimes you walk past a restaurant and it is the food. I like food. Who doesn't like food? Everybody likes food. It's a stupid thing to say. But when I was in India, oh my God. Well, there were two. In India, there was no I kind of like that. Or like, that's okay. It was either I really, really like it or I hated it. But I would say probably 70% of the food I tried in India, I really, really like. It was so good, and people were telling me, "You're going to get sick. You're going to get, like an American going, and you're going to have to be careful what you eat. Be careful." I was eating street food left and right, just like, that looks interesting. Let me try it. That looks interesting. Let me try. I ate so much street food in India. I didn't get sick once. You know when I got sick? I got sick from when I went from. I had to take a flight from Bangalore to Helsinki, in Finland. I got sick in Helsinki. Trick says, I am also from India, and then he dabs. Very nice. India is a great country. They got amazing food. Amazing food. LDG Freenet, interesting idea. A matter of fact, I'm working towards building a very program you mentioned, but a much bigger scale. Yeah, I know. I know Joe says you have some grand plans about like free, decentralized internet. I don't quite understand it, but yeah, but also kind of LDG. This also kind of goes in the like the other idea it had was with message boards. Like I like message boards. I've been running a message board for 20 years. Joe's been running one for a long time, and that's kind of how Joe and I met was through message boards. But the message board still suffers the same problem of having it's centralized. Now, I should say the web host is centralized. And so I thought a cool idea. There was this project that had a SQLite database on top of the torrent protocol. And there were problems with it, but basically I think it would be really cool if you had some type of program, and whether you could do it on a website but if again you download a client, and let's say you want to join Joe's message board in this theoretical scenario. So what only thing that gets distributed is a .torrent file. And when you open up the program with that, Joe's board .torrent, basically you have a torrent client running in this program that's kind of like downloading data, but you're also able to query data. So it's basically just like a message board interface, but it's operating on top of that torrent data. And so the torrent, and it's operating on the torrent protocol because torrent is non-centralized and completely distributed. So there you have a data protocol already that is completely distributed and decentralized. But of course, it would require things like updates and inserts and queries and things like that. But like I said, this SQLite torrent project had already started kind of down that path, and I don't think it got very far. But if somebody could take that and just build that would be pretty cool. Maybe that's what we could build together here on this stream. Did you try masala dosa? I believe so. Yes, that does sound familiar. I will tell you the one thing that I tried and really, really, really loved was biryani. And there was I have the name of the biryani. Let me find it. It was like some mutton biryani. Oh, it might actually take me a little bit to find it. Let me see. It would have been on the 20. It was like mutton, something mutton. It was a super really spicy, and it was like named after a town. Like it wasn't like hyper bad. Okay, hyper bad chicken biryani. I think that was it. Hyper bad. Oh no. Hyper bad dumb mutton biryani is what I had, and I freaking loved it. Oh my god, it was so good. So good. Mutton biryani. Oh, and it was like, so I'm not even programming. I'm just talking. I was there for work, and so obviously I was in India, and I worked with a lot of Indian people, and one of the guys who, kind of like a work friend, whatever, but a bunch of us go out to lunch, and I'm like. And he's like, do you like spicy food? And I was like, I love spicy. I was like, there's no such thing as too spicy for me. And so he gives me this look like, yeah, we'll see about that. Like, he didn't say that, but that was the look. Yeah, we'll see about that. And so he orders, I think it was like what I just said, what was it? The hyper bad dumb biryani. Hyper body dumb. So he orders it, and I guess, I don't know if it comes spicy or if he ordered it spicy. But he ordered it spicy. I tore that thing down. It was so good. I tore it apart. I'm not scared. What is the best way to master DSA, Addy? To just do it. The best way to master any skill is to just do it. Just do it. You can't say anything else. You just got to do it. Write programs. You want to get good at programming? Program. That's what you do. And, if you can't find an idea, just write something that's already been written. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be published. Like, I think, like, back in the day, again, I'm just blabbing now. If I wanted to learn, this was back when things like AOL Instant Messenger. I've always been interested in message boards and chat protocols. So back in the day, AOL Instant Messenger was kind of open. They had a published protocol, and if you could write a client to that protocol. And so I remember when C# came out, I wrote a C# client for the AOL Instant Messenger protocol because I wanted to learn C#. And that's kind of how I started learning C#. I did the same thing with Java. I did the same thing with C++. I mean, I was big into writing AOL Instant Messenger clients. But the best way to learn is just to do it. Just do it. You got to do it. Hyperbad is a state in India, and I really hate this chat. The chat I'm seeing covers up words. Let me see. Okay. Hyperbad is a state in India, and their biryanis are the best. Yeah, I am familiar with Hyperbad as a state. I've never been there, but I am familiar with it as a state. And the beer. So I've had biryani probably like 3 or 4 times since I've returned from that trip here in the States. I've had it, and it doesn't compare. I mean, I've had some that are good, but the food in India, it was just so good. It was so good. The samosas were good. I had this one chat. I forget the name of it. My friend, if he's watching, please pipe in. But there was this one chat that I had. Let me see if I can find it. It was on. I don't know if you're familiar with Bangalore, but it was in KR Market. There was this. Oh, and the thing is they serve these little snacks. They wrap them in like magazine paper. Like they literally take a piece of magazine paper, put the food in it, and hand you it. And you're like, okay, all right, I'll eat that. So good. So I want to go back. I want to go back to India so bad, just for the food. Oh my God, the food. And the thing is I've always loved Indian food. Like I've always loved Indian food. Okay, here. Oh wait. Oh guys. Wait, can I show this? How can I get away? Let me see. I have a message, but I want to show the message. Can I put this in a different window? Oh man, I can't show it. Wait. I have an idea. maybe if I do this. All right. No, wait. I want to show this message because I want to mess with this person, but I kind of want to do it. Let me do this. Nope, not that. Let me do this just for a second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, no. Oh. Everything's screwed up now. Okay. I don't want to put this person's phone number, but then I don't want to put all these other messages. Okay, maybe we can just do this. Okay. Maybe this will work. Oh, nope. So I got a spam message, and I'm trying to... Okay, I think this might do it. It's going to show part of the phone number, but it's not going to show all of it. All right, let me turn this back on. All right. So I get these spam messages a lot about, are you still looking for a part-time job? I've never talked to these people about a job. Yes, my name is Mary. I'm a recruiter at Integrity Staffing USA. This position involves helping rate products online using your mobile phone. The task takes approximately 30 minutes. I'll explain the composition details next. Yes. Oh, wait. Can you see me typing? Tell me how much it pays. When do I get my first paycheck? There we go. All right, we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll see how that goes. Okay. All right, no new messages. Okay, let's carry on. So we finally we have the regions in a different file. We have the unit tests working. We don't have to do that little hack anymore where where I'm surrounding the test cases with parentheses in order to get them to work. I think now what we should do now is what... No. So that's a continent. I think we need to get into some more complicated comparison. Into some more complicated comparisons of these region types. That was the whole point of this, right? So, for example, we can have a South American continent, right? And then with the South American continent, this wants to add Brazil. But I think what we should do also is we should add another child continent. We're not going to add Argentina. We're going to add one called USA. And the reason we're doing this, we can do this down here. Because if we have a fictitious country named USA in North America and a fictitious country named USA in South America, we know that right now this unit test. Let's see if I get. Let me see if I auto USA South America, and then we have this one here. Auto USA North America, right? What is why do I have a red squiggly here? Why North America? Oh, okay. All right. So the problem is that this is USA North America versus USA South America, but right now this unit test is going to fail because the only thing that's being tested is the name of the country. So if we go and we run our unit test, looks like we have to rebuild them. You can somehow do only chat stream. You can sometimes do only chat stream. Add India also in your game. Yes. So the game is going to have, basically, the way I'm envisioning this is you're going to have a free version, right? In the free version, it'll probably come with just like countries in North America. And so it'll be like, draw USA, draw Canada, draw Mexico. But you'll be able to buy expansion packs for all the continents. You'll be able to buy like the Asia pack, which will include obviously India. And then I want to kind of get even crazier with it for more like geography buffs where you could buy like the India pack, and then it will ask you inside the India pack, now suddenly you're asked to draw states of India, right? Like Karnataka, that's the only in Hyderabad, in is Delhi a state? But it'll ask you to draw states. And you know, just like you could buy the America pack where it'll ask you to draw American states, things like that. So, and the great thing about it is like all that data, all that border data, it's free. It's free online. And just like I said, this fails. And the reason this fails, the reason is because they are equal. Because the comparison operator is simply just looking at the names. Where did the comparison operator go? Is it still in the... Where is my comparison? Oh, there it is. Okay. So what we'll do, first we're going to do a little refactoring. We will move this over into the CPP file. If that works. Did that work? I don't think that worked. Move definition location. All right, what about... No, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to do it manually. Look at this. Look at this piece of crap making me do this manually. Okay, so this should just go... Right? I should just do that, and then we need to remove it from here, and this will just be a definition. And then we might as well do the same for this, just to have some type of consistency. But actually, guys, you know, if you look at the videos on my channel, I actually the videos from my trip to India have been getting published. Those are, I mean, if you look at the last, and like, there's another one coming out tomorrow. I think I got like 2 or 3 more videos of my trip to India coming out on the channel. But they're all in Bangalore. I went to, on your Republic Day, which I know you know what Republic Day is, I went to, I guess there's a big flower show in Bangalore, and people were telling me, oh my God, if you go to the flower show on Republic Day, it's going to be crowded. It's going to be so crowded. And yeah, I did it, and yeah, it was crowded. Which, how much time it takes to make this game? I mean, you know, if I was working on it full time, and like without distractions and putting my all into it, it would probably take me like a couple of months. But the fact that I do it, I really only work on it on the stream, and I get so distracted on the stream, it's probably going to take me like a year. Which programming language or technology are you using to build this game? So this is all C++, and I am using SFML, which is a very rudimentary, it's basically, it's not I don't even want to call it a game library. It's basically just a graphics library. Okay. So I kind of want to just kind of flesh this out. So let's see. So how can we, because basically what I want is if parent, I mean, that kind of short circuits it, right? But this is where you get into some type of recursion. I got to think about this. So basically this scenario I need to test, right? I need to test the scenario. I'm going to do it in the comments. I need to test, like, if I have a, let's see, if I have, let me think about this. If I have a North America, USA, Washington. And then I have South America, USA, Washington. It's going to need the traverse. Well, let me type this out correctly, right? So that might be, let's see. Boost, auto, test case, complex, compare, regions, test. So I think this this second unit test I'm adding will test more complicated unit tests. I think this will, when it has to go up several levels, we'll kind of save that. For this one, we're going to do the basic one. So this one, it will, so this should now work, right? Because, let me see, if I do this, I'm going to get rid of Brazil just to, so USA South America and USA North America, they have different parents. And then, okay, duplicate continent. Ooh, that I have another idea. I think. Ugh. Yeah. This is getting hairy all the time. This is just getting hairier and hairier. Because I think, like, should this duplicate, it's not going to be equal. But see, right now it says it is equal. But should it be equal? It shouldn't, because the children, it shouldn't have, it doesn't have the same number of children. So if the parents equal, okay, wait a minute. I see something. I see something. If, and then you have to compare the children? I think the first thing you should test actually is the name. I guess return true. There's got to be there's a better way to do this, but I'm gonna stop here for a second. Let's see, children. But then again, like, how complicated do you really need to get? Let's see. You can sometimes do, okay, add India also in your game. Yes, add India. How much time it takes to make this game? I already answered that. Which program already said? What's the time there? Right now, it just turned 10 a.m. What is your specialization in software engineers? I don't know. C++? I work a lot with network data. I work a lot with high performance data, optimizations. I will say I've been using Python for about the past year and a half now. I've been using, I'd say, when I'm I would say probably 70% of my programming is C++, but a good 30% of it lately has been Python. Maybe even slightly more. It might be more like 35, 65. 65% C++, 35% Python. And I kind of, I snuffed my nose at Python for a long time. I was like, no. Python, that's beneath me. I'm not going to use Python. I'm still trying to run the game. It's just like, no. Python, but I had to so last year I had to prototype some stuff, and we decided, for reasons I won't get into, we decided that we would start using Python for this this prototype stuff. And so I found a really good appreciation for Python. Like, Python is really good if performance isn't necessarily that critical and you just want to get something out quickly. Like, Python's really good for that. Like, it allows you to just prototype stuff extremely fast. Things that would take me like a full day to do in C++, I could get done in like a half hour in Python. It was good. It was extreme. I have a great. I'm just going to stick with. I have a greater appreciation for Python. I'll just leave it at that. I think we're going to call it soon. I think we're going to end the day. I think as long as these unit tests pass. Okay, well that one passed. What failed here? Duplicate. So this is an interesting. Okay, well wait a minute. Duplicate. Oh, North America. This. Oh, okay, wait. Those should not be equal. It's a bad unit test. Let's try running that. I'm not completely happy with this. I feel like there's a better way to do this. But we check, we see if the name's correct, then we see if the parents are correct, and then we see if the children has. And I think, like, I mean, you could get into it and say, like, well, it's the parent to the parent, and like that's what this is. That's what that other test case was down here, like this. Like here, this is only going to check one level up, right? Like USA, Washington. Like if you have a country in South America called USA that has a city called Washington, well, that's we're right now that's going to be considered a duplicate. So you need to go up, parent, parent, parent. You need to basically kind of just recursively go up. But that is doing that to an extent. This is actually just comparing pointers though. What you would really want to do is this. So people might scoff at the fact that I'm putting parentheses around this, but I like to be explicit. I like to be explicit about like what I am dereferencing and what I am. I like the code to be easier to read. All right, so that's probably more, and then this is when you will get into the recursion, right? Let's make sure everything still passes. So obviously the continent should not be equal to the first child. The duplicate here should not be equal because they don't have the same children, so they're not the same. Like imagine you had two continents named North America. Okay, something, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. What do we got here? Because parent, you might not be able to dereference parent. That's why. And you probably can't. I'm probably trying to dereference a null pointer. I'm gonna to do fix dereference null pointer, because I am done. So I'm gonna leave a little note for myself. My eyes now starts hurting by the light mode. I don't get that. I don't get it. I cannot stand dark mode. I can't. I've never liked dark mode. Okay. More unit test changes. And I think we're going to call it a day after this. Well, maybe not a day, because I'm thinking I will be back tonight to play chess and get drunk. I'm thinking I might do that. Play chess and get drunk. I know everybody in India is going to be asleep because it would be like 7 o'clock my time, which is like 3-4 in the morning India time. But Yug or Trick, if you happen to be up around 3 a.m., check out my stream. Actually, probably more like 6. What? You're 9.5 hours ahead. Or are you 10.5 hours ahead? Either way, it's going to be really late or really early for you. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the views. If I don't get drunk tonight, I'll be back programming tomorrow morning. So it's a 3-day weekend. I'm going to do a lot of fun programming. That's what I call this fun programming. It's 7:30 p.m. in India, right? So it will be 9 hours. If I stream again tonight while drinking, it'll be 9 hours from now. So 9 hours from your time. It'll be 4:30 in the morning. So anyway, wait, did I do that math right? 7:30, something like that. You get the picture. All right, guys. Have fun. Thanks for watching. Click and subscribe. Check out my actual videos from India. Like I said, there's videos on my channel of my trip to India. There's a new one coming out tomorrow. So check that out. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.